Hey friends, I am back for the fourth of 5 videos teaching you how to get the most out of Ableton Live Lite, get around that 8-track limit, and save yourself a little bit of money. Let's get into it. Today we are talking about making your own loops. Before we even get started with this video, I wanted to let you know that my debut album Shimmer just dropped today, which if you're watching this video in the future, that's June 24th, 2022. If you could please take some time out of your day to listen to this album, it would mean a lot to me. The link will be down in the description. It's also in the link in my bio. You can go on whatever your streaming service is and look up Caracold and you will find that album Shimmer. So please take some time, listen to that for me. I would super appreciate it. Let's get into it. All right, so if you see here, I am in the arrangement view. We today are going to take 5 tracks and kind of consolidate that down to 2 tracks. So what I have here, these first 3 tracks are kind of like an instrumental loop. And then the second 2 tracks, I have a little tambourine perk loop, sorry, from Splice. And then I have a drum loop that I kind of made with just one of these Ableton stock drum kits. So I'm going to play you kind of everything all together. Then I'm going to teach you how you make your own loop so that you can consolidate stuff and kind of get around that 8-track limit and kind of help yourself make some space. So let's take a listen to what I have and I'll kind of go through what we got here. If you can't hear it, it's because it's on some speakers. Let's turn it up a little bit there. So a little something groovy, okay? So the first thing that we have is this kind of chords that I chopped. And I have this background pad to kind of give it some atmosphere. And I got this little pluck going on. Then we have this tambourine loop, which I set a kind of cool groove on, which, oh no, you know what? Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not touching the right clip. Set a little cool groove on, and then I got a drum kit that I kind of played around with, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to take all of these tracks and consolidate them down. So what we need to first do is you need to create some audio tracks. So what I did is I created one audio track and I called it instruments. And then I created another audio track and I called it drums. Sorry, my phone is bothering me making noises. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to consolidate these top 3 tracks down here to this instruments track. So if we want, I'm gonna drag this up so we can kind of see what we're doing. So what we need to do first is right here where it says master, we don't want it to go to master. We want it to go to this instruments track. So we're going to do this. For each track, we're going to take it and put it to instruments because that's the name of the track that I have. And that's the kind of out. Now, for here, the external in, we're going to press resampling. Okay, and what Ableton does for resampling is it takes any of the tracks that you currently have and it records all of that audio and puts it onto one track. So if you do any kind of weird sample chopping when you're not using a MIDI keyboard, maybe you like to chop in arrangement view and you want to kind of get rid of those blank spaces and just consolidate that track, you can resample. I like to use resampling and Live Lite to kind of consolidate down some tracks so that I'm not using, 3 tracks in my 8-track limit, right? We want to make sure that this is armed on for recording. Another thing you also want to do is you want to mute any other tracks that you don't want as part of your resampling. When we want to resample, we want to press this record button up at the top. I don't want to press this button because it's going to record it into clip view. We want to press this button to record it into arrangement view. So if we press this button, you're going to see some sound waves are starting to come in, right? It's taking 1, 2, 3, all 3 of these into an audio track. Now, since I have mine on loop, you can tell it kind of recorded that little beginning part, so I'm just going to undo that. And then if we listen to this, it has all 3 of those instrument tracks now solidified into one track. So if I've just taken 3 tracks and condensed it down to one track, that's going to save you a lot of time and space when you're only working with 8 tracks. And we're going to try to do this again now with our drums and our perk loop. And the reason I did it with drums and a perk loop is sometimes you'll find cool perks on Splice or, I don't know, Looperman or wherever the hell you're getting loops from, but you also kind of want your own hi-hats and your own perks in your drum kit. You want to use those too. So this way you can kind of consolidate and make your own drum loop. I think resampling is probably the best for making really cool drum loops. Maybe you do sound design, right? And you're making your own kicks and snares and hats and all of those cool things. And you want to release a drum pack and you want to kind of create some drum loops in that drum pack. You can do that here with resampling. You can also use the drum kit, but this kind of helps you combine something that you did here and something that you did there and maybe something that you did here that might have been on different drum kits. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take all of these off of instruments and I'm going to put them right back onto the master track. I'm going to take this off of resampling and just put it on external in. Now I'm going to take this for my drums track. That's that audio crack. Yeah, audio crack. That audio track that I created and put it on resampling. Put the outs to drums. All right, and so I already muted all these. I'm going to mute this too. And remember, I want to make sure that this is armed for recording, all right, so that I'm not recording over something else. And I'm going to press this button. I'm going to start at the beginning. And you see, got my audio going in again. So now it's recording these 2 tracks and putting them together to make one track. We'll just undo anything I did. Let's solo this. And so now I have a drum loop that I kind of mixed and pre-made myself. Here's an important thing that I want to say. Here's something super important. Okay, you've consolidated. Right now I have my instruments and my drums. I got these 2 tracks. Okay, do not go in now that you've done that and delete all these and then save it. You don't want to get to the point of no return. So what we're going to do now is we're going to save this live set as. All right, you want to make a new copy because you always want to be able to go back and edit something if you need to. So I would say that you should use this trick when you're kind of towards the end. You've already solidified all your ideas. You've pretty much EQ'd everything, mixed everything, right, that needs to be mixed. And you're trying to consolidate. Now, this isn't the end of your track, but this is the end of whatever idea it is that you've made. You made an idea, it's solid, you like it, you want to compress these things, you can do that. This also helps to kind of create your own scenes and patterns, which is something that Ableton doesn't really have. But let's say these 3, I wanted to make that the chorus. So now I can consolidate those, make those the chorus. Now I have a new Ableton Live Ableton Live set, and now I have my hook. I can do that again for a verse so that I can consolidate. So this, I could have 3 tracks: drums, verse, hook, that I have made out of a whole bunch of consolidated tracks. So you always want to make sure that you're saving everything that you do and create new files, create new live sets, so that you can go back and change anything that you want to change. And so if we take a listen here, we've consolidated our 5 tracks into 2 tracks. Kind of a simple, easy way for you to get around that 8-track limit. That's really all I have for you today. It's a simple, easy thing, but can save you a lot of time, can save you a lot of struggle, and can really, really help you get a whole bunch of ideas and flush out a bunch of different instruments and sounds, right? And get them into an entire song without having to use just 8 tracks. If you like this video, please drop a comment. If you have knowledge that I don't have, please drop a comment. Tell me. I will take it. I will use it. If you like this video, press the little like button. Press the little subscribe button. I got one more of these, and then I got other plans for other videos. All right, so have a great day. Love you. Peace out.